Hello and welcome to another Star Wars video here today, and today I'm going to be reviewing last night's dual episodes of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, episodes 10, Jedi Knight, and 11, Dume. But before I get into the review, I have to say, spoiler alert, there are pretty big spoilers in these two episodes, and I'm going to be talking about them, so consider yourselves warned on all things spoilers up to this point, up to these two episodes, episode 10 and 11 of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, and maybe anything that happened in the previous seasons or episodes. So definitely consider yourselves warned. Second thing is we are on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/ccinemareviews page. So if you don't want to tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below, you can do it there on that page. And we're also on Twitter at @ccinemareviews. So definitely tell me your thoughts either in the comment section down below or on one of those two platforms. Last thing I want to say is if you enjoy this and want to see more videos like this in the future, and you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and if you hit the little bell next to it, it'll notify you every time I put up a new video. With that being said, let's get into the review. So, Jedi Knight and Dume, Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, Episodes 10 and 11. First thing I gotta say is I love the fact that Star Wars Rebels is doing dual episodes for this season. In the previous seasons, getting 22 minutes every week, like, it was good. Like, don't get me wrong, I totally appreciate and I will watch anything that I get of Star Wars. But it's just kind of, it didn't seem like it was enough. When you compare the previous seasons and getting 22 minutes every week, now we get about 45 minutes every week. It's so much better in my opinion, and I wish they would have done this, for the first 3 seasons as well. But good on them for doing it for this season. And these 2 episodes are amazing, you guys. These 2 episodes show just how good Star Wars Rebels can be. Yes, in the past they have had some not so stellar episodes. Yes, I do feel like the first half of this season wasn't as good as it maybe could have been. Certainly, I do believe that these 2 episodes have been the best 2 episodes that we've gotten throughout this season. So hopefully, knock on wood, and cross your fingers that they are on the upswing, that they will only get better from this. But Dave Filoni has finally, you guys, it's taken him 10 seasons, literally 9.5 seasons to finally kill off a main character, you guys. He didn't kill off anybody in Star Wars Clone Wars, which he was a big part of, and he hasn't killed off anybody, including Ahsoka, who's probably should be dead. I mean, in my opinion, should be dead. He couldn't kill her off in Season 2. Couldn't kill anybody off in the first 3 seasons of Rebels, and now in the second half, the very first episode of the second half of Season 4, he finally kills somebody. Yeah, I mean, Maul was not a main good guy. I'm talking about main good guys. Dave Filoni seemed to have a problem or trouble killing off these type of characters, but he finally did it. Kanan Jarrus, Caleb Dume, whatever you want to call him, he's finally gone. And honestly, I don't want to seem like I'm happy that he's gone, like he was a bad character, because I enjoyed him, and I enjoyed Freddie Prinze Jr.'s his portrayal of this character. I think it was really good. But I was almost glad to see him go, because now there are stakes again, and that's something that Star Wars Rebels has been missing. Quite honestly, it's been missing the stakes, and now we see someone go, and now, in my opinion, it's so much better, because for the rest of this season, anybody can go except for Hera, Chopper, and Rex. Anybody can go, and that's the beauty of the Game of Thrones type of show, where no one is safe, and that's something that's really good to me. I felt like this Star Wars Rebels needed somebody to go, just so that, hey, these same 7 characters have been alive for 4 seasons. Like, I don't ever worry about them now, or I didn't ever worry about them when they were going on a mission and it seemed like it was life threatening. Now I will. Now I will worry about Ezra. I will worry about Sabine, about Zeb, because they finally killed Kanan, and it's such a good death. It's right after Hera told him that she loved him, and it worked so well with him sacrificing himself to save the team. And quite honestly, I didn't think they were gonna do it this early in the season, but I think it works so well because and half again, because now nobody is safe. I mean, there are people that are safe, but like Ezra can go at any time. You know, Sabine, Zeb, anybody can go at any time, and that's something that really gets me excited for this season, because now I feel like there are stakes again, and now I feel like Thrawn and Rook can do some great stuff with those characters, and it just finally, like, I know I keep on harping on the fact that they finally killed a character, but literally 9.5 seasons where nobody dies, and that just loses stakes for me. But now I'm so glad, and honestly I think it was a very, very bold decision and a risk to take to kill him in this first episode. Like, now we have, I think, like 8 or so more episodes, or 8 or so more, 8 or 10, I think, more episodes of Rebels, and we're not gonna have Kanan, and that's something that's really cool to me, to see how this family works without Dad being there. So let's talk a little bit about what happens in these 2 episodes. At the beginning of the episode, Hera is in, she's captive, and Kanan, Sabine, and Ezra are going to go save her. But before they leave to go save her, Thrawn gets called back to have a meeting with the Emperor, which I really, really wish in this second episode that we would have gotten that conversation, because, like, dude, it's Thrawn and the Emperor. Like, those are the 2 best minds as far as villains that we've ever gotten in Star Wars, and so that would have been amazing, really, really fun to watch that at least that conversation between them, because that would have been really cool. So Kanan, Ezra, and Sabine, they try to break out Hera. They do break out Hera, and in the process, though, Kanan gets killed. What happens is they go to the fuel depot to try to escape, thinking that the Empire wouldn't fire on their own fuel depot, because, boom, explosion, no more fuel, can't do your work and everything like that, can't fly around. But, Governor Price, who's left in charge since Thrawn is gone, she's like, fire on them. And so they blow up the fuel depot. Kanan does some pretty cool stuff with the Force, where he holds the fire back, pushes Hera onto the space helicopter that they have, the ship, and then he, pushes the ship away and lets the fire consume him. Boom. Beautiful, like, probably the most beautiful sequence of events as far as emotional. The way it looked, it was amazing, where you see the Force, like, holding back the fire. It's so well done by the animators over there. Hats off to them. Really beautiful, because we, like, literally right before then, we got Hera telling Kanan that she loved him, and it was amazing. It was kind of cheesy, though. It looked like at one point, or at least in my mind, I was like, because she says, I love you, there's something I gotta tell you, I love you, and then I was like, if he says I know, I'm gonna get up and leave right now. Thankfully he didn't say I know. It would have been weird. He didn't say that, but right after that, boom, Kanan dies. honestly the most beautiful thing that Star Wars Rebels has done to date. I don't think they could top that, but you never know. I'll go ahead, Dave Filoni, try, but I don't think you will. As far as how emotionally invested you were and how you felt, I was like, wow, that just happened, and it was beautiful because like Hera was yelling, but it was almost silent. There was just the music, and it just, oh, I wasn't brought to tears, but it was really well done, is what I'm trying to say. And the cool thing is, they still completed the mission because their mission was not only um, to get Hera out, but it was also to try to find a way to stop the Empire from producing the TIE Defenders, which are an advanced, version of the TIEs. Um, so they still complete the mission, and that's pretty much what happens in the first episode. I mean, they come back, they're all super sad, but in episode 2, 11, Dume, this one's a lot of setup, and that's kind of cool to me because it's like your first episode, you come out swinging. I mean, they swung for the fence, and in my opinion, they knocked it out of the park. The second episode was a lot of setup, which is not usually how Star Wars Rebels has been doing things. Usually, at least in these the first half of this season, they would have the setup episode that would be the first episode, and then the payoff, the big swing for the fence would be your second episode. I really enjoy that they've switched that up. Hit it out of the park in the first episode, then set up the rest of the season in the second episode. We get Ezra talking to some more dire wolves. We get a huge dire wolf. It's like the dire wolf said Dume, and he had blue eyes, and I was like, no, please don't be Kanan. Thankfully, it wasn't Kanan reincarnated. It's not Ahsoka reincarnated, so we're good on that. So they tell him to go find the Jedi Temple because something, 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 very vague and unconvincing, as K2SO would say. Thrawn is coming back because like he's mad because his brainchild was the TIE Defender, because it's a really good ship. It has better weapons. It has a shield, which the TIEs don't have. That's why the X-Wings can beat them kind of so easily. So that's his brainchild, and he's like super mad that production has stopped. And he's like, Governor Price, I'm coming back, and you better watch out when I come back because things are gonna happen. Rook will be absolutely hell-bent on taking out Zeb and Sabine, because he tries to fight them. He's doing well, but then Sabine like puts a paint bomb on his back because he has a little cloaking device, and so he becomes kind of like the Predator, invisible. So he's like fighting them, beating them up, and Sabine like gets like, it looks like a regular detonator, like an explosive, but when she puts it on him and it explodes, it's paint so they could see him. And to me, I was like, why didn't you just put a bomb on him? I believe, like, would you rather kill him or be able to see him? I mean, I would go with kill him, but that's just me. She stops Zeb from killing him, decides to give him a paint job, and sends him back to the Empire. I thought that was kind of lame. It's like, dude, like, come on. They said they wanted to get even, for the Empire taking out Kanan, and painting Rook is not exactly the same as killing Kanan. Like, they're two totally different things. They do not equal each other out. But, Rook is going to be super mad at them. He's going to want to kill them and everything. And Thrawn probably will let him off the leash again. So hopefully that comes to happen. We're totally setting up Ezra going into the temple. Probably going to see Sheev in there. Going to see, that bird in there. Going to see the mural of the father, daughter, and son from the Mortis episodes of Star Wars Rebels. Which, again, Dave Filoni, stop trying to bring back things. Honestly, like, I know you want it all to connect, but hey, the connection is the Force, not the characters in the episodes. Like, come on. Anyway, I thought these episodes were great. I honestly, these are the best 2 episodes that we've gotten in this season. And again, I hope, and I knock on wood and I cross my fingers that we can get better episodes, if not the same quality, because these 2 episodes were really, really good. Still don't know how I feel about the whole Mortis stuff coming back. Whatever, I'll reserve my judgment until I see what happens and see how they deal with it. But yeah, my faith in Dave Filoni and his team is back, just because of that first episode. That first episode was an absolute home run for me. They just knocked it way out of the park. I love that Kanan is gone, and I want to see how these characters move on from that and try to, take on the Empire without him. Don't think it's gonna end up well, because Thrawn's the man. And so yeah, I can't wait to see what Thrawn does as far as taking out these rebels, because some of them gotta go. I mean, Ezra just, like, dude has to be dead, cannot be around. I don't want him to go off into wild space. I don't want him to, just live. I want Ezra dead. Like, I didn't want Kanan dead as much as I want Ezra dead, because I really don't care for the character of Ezra. He's fine, but he's not exactly the best character. I'm gonna be totally cool with him dying, like I am with Kanan dying. But, like, it'd have been cool to see Ezra die first and see how Kanan deals with his essentially son, biting the dust. It'd have been really fun. But I'm super excited for the rest of this season. Gotta admit, I do hope that Thrawn gets back next episode or next week. I don't want him to be, out of the picture for too long, because I feel like he's gonna be the main reason that people are dying, So hopefully that's what we get. But that's pretty much it for my thoughts on these 2 episodes. But I want to know your thoughts. So either tell me in the comment section down below, or, like I said, facebook.com/ccinemareviews page, and at ccinemareviews on Twitter. So tell me your thoughts whenever and wherever you want, and tell me what you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes. I don't know the titles of them yet. I don't know if they're up. If they're up, I just didn't look at them. But tell me what you think is going to happen in the next episodes. Tell me what you thought of these episodes, and tell me. I'll say Ezra dies the second to last week. Okay, so we'll have. I'm not sure how many more weeks we have, but this was the first week. I'd say it won't be the season finale that Ezra dies. I think the week before the season finale, Ezra dies. Tell me your thoughts and when you think people will die. There are a few things. We do know Hera doesn't die, Rex doesn't die, and Chopper doesn't die. So everybody else is on the board or on the chopping block. Tell me when and who you think will die. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video, and may the Force be with you.